House to Home, brought to you by Remax Diamond Realty.
Hi, and welcome back, everybody. Jason Salas here, along with my good friend Gina, and this is House to Home, where we show you everything that you need to know about anything having to do on Guam with real estate, be it commercial properties, residential properties, whatever. Now, Gina, I want to open this segment before we take a look at some of the properties you have for us today in talking about the client and realtor relationship. Now, if I'm a consumer and I'm looking to rent specifically,
Yes.
what level of service can I expect from you as my real estate agent, as far as maybe, you know, like taking me around or actually giving me a physical tour of some apartments or condos that I'm looking at? Can I even expect that kind of thing, like, from you? Or is that strictly for, you know, people buying?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, because actually we've run into that question more often than we've expected. I think in the U.S., real estate agents don't actually do rental properties. So when people get here, they're, you know, and they call the real estate offices and they find out a realtor is going to be taking them around, they're surprised, you know. So we get questions, well, are you going to charge me for this service? And with real estate agents here in Guam, with rental properties in particular, real estate agents service the rental properties. So we will, if you were looking for a home or even commercial space and you called my office and it was a listing, perhaps you called me on a sign, I'd be taking you around, and there's absolutely no fee to you.
And I've done that before. Like, I've called up and it's like, hey, you know, I'm looking to rent. I'd like to rent somewhere in Tumon. And somebody's like, okay, well, what time are you free? Let's go meet up. You know, you can meet me at my office and I'll take you to the property, or we can just meet there and you can see it for yourself, or, you know, like whatever. So that's a value-added part of the process.
Yes, it is. And, you know, we add that part of the service because, for instance, with me in particular, I have listings that my owners have listed with our company, with Remax Diamond Realty. And part of the service is to make sure I get, you know, a good tenant for their properties. And part of doing that is being available to service these tenants who call, who might be interested in those particular properties. So on occasions, I'm going to end up, you know, because they call me on my listing, I show them that particular space. It may not work, or that rental, that home may not work for them. And then there's a list of other properties that are available, so I'll show them those as well. And they're not charged for that. It's just part of the service that we offer.
Now, that makes me feel good as a consumer, because I can ask you a bunch of the direct questions. You can probably address them right then and there, and I can go from being, you know, a relative window shopper to, you know, we can maybe even close the deal that day.
Yeah, you know, and I get comments about that. I get, you know, customers that will call and say, you know, I've been talking to this particular person, and they showed me a few properties, and now they basically have asked me to pick a place, but I'm not quite ready. Well, you know, my point of view is we're actually there to service the customers. And if you have questions and you've run into a real estate agent that's not willing to go through or make the time to answer those questions for you, then you should move on. Find somebody you're comfortable with, somebody who's willing to give you the time and give you the information you require, because that's really what we're supposed to be about.
So maybe for the best overall experience, and correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe to maximize the time and efficiency on both your end and my end and everything, I should use the online tools that are available, try and do my own homework, and try and find a couple places that I'm interested in, and then approach you, because then you can give me the optimal level of service and kind of like show me around, answer all my questions and everything. And then, you know, it's a fluid process for both of us.
Yeah, you know, you can, but at the same time, I recommend you call around, call a few people, select somebody you're really comfortable with, and then share with them the information that, you know, here's what I'm looking for, here's what I have in mind, here's my wish list. And they'll advise you, because, you know, what's in the internet, there's a lot of information, but you really need somebody to weed through that for you. What peeves me is a lot of people cheat and put pictures in there that aren't exactly this year's photos, not even this month's photos.
I've been duped by that myself.
Yeah, and you know, I've driven by properties and I look at the picture and I said, okay, now this is night and day from what I was expecting, and I can only imagine with the customers how they feel when they drive by. And then the other thing is, if you're not familiar with the island, and if you shared with me what your expectations are, there's actually areas where I'd say, you know what, that's not going to work for you, and here's why I think it won't work. Now, if you insist on going by that area just to make sure, so you could get that feeling, then fine, we'll drive by. I'll let you look at the properties, because, you know, for me, I think it's really a comfort zone. You need to walk in there and feel the property before you know if it's right for you or not. And we've done that, and people have said, you know what, you're right, this is not the place for me.
Oh, okay. Well, speaking of properties, and so we can get a feel for those properties, I know you got a couple for us tonight.
Well, you know what, I want to feature two, because I think we'll have time for two. The Villan content, the Tassi 17 unit, Upper Tumon, overlooking Tumon Bay.
That's right in the hill before you can go down into
Right
Tumon
up the
Bay
hill,
or
that's right.
Upper Tumon. Yeah,
Yes.
it's a beautiful location.
Beautiful location, lots of, it's 3,200 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bath. This is comfort living at its best. You know, what I like most about this unit is it's split up over 3 floors. So like if I wanted to have a nice quiet cup of coffee in the dining kitchen area and the kids are upstairs in the living room watching TV, there's a lot of privacy and it's very spacious. It's $4,400 a month, but it's also 3,200 square feet of luxury condo living.
Now, I was wondering about that because I drive by there every day, and I was wondering, are those individual units on every floor? But those are basically like 3-story townhomes?
They're townhomes connected only on the side.
Excellent.
So you see the front door and the garage for each unit. So you just have common walls on the side.
So $4,400 a month for those?
$4,400 a month.
Okay, so if you are a high-ranking military officer or you own your own business and you're looking to spend some of that hard-earned money that you rake in every 2 weeks and everything, might be something to check out. All right, what else have you got?
Absolutely. And then I've got another piece of property. I have a house in Mongmong-Toto-Maite that is just got listed on the market. It's $2,200 a month, 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, completely renovated, really nice, quiet area, great for local families or military families that are new to the island. It's a safe neighborhood, close to the hospital, close to the business district. It's in excellent condition, ready to move in.
All right, well, we had some pictures up there, so make sure you check those out, and make sure you call Gina and all of her colleagues over at Remax for everything. Gina, thank you so much once again.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
All right, stay tuned. We are back after this.